Hello everybody, and welcome to my channel Vosky's Collection, where your favorite heroes and villains come alive. This is my first Marvel villain. This is MMS 579 from Hot Toys, and is the Avengers Endgame Loki. And boy, is it a great figure. Let's take a look at the art box. The art box is bright green with gold and has a giant A for Avengers. It has a photo of Loki with his giant helmet on, and it's the suit that he wore in the first Avengers movie, and he also wore in Avengers Endgame in a few scenes that kicked off basically his Disney Plus TV show. On the side of the box, we have on top his helmet or logo in gold. We have Loki, MMS 579, 1/6 scale collectible figure, and the A for Avengers at the bottom. On the back side, we have warnings, logos, technical information, artists that work on the figure, etc. On the other side, we have on top Loki's logo, 1/6 scale collectible figure, and the A for Avengers at the bottom. In general, the art box is great with bold green and gold colors that really pop. Removing the slipcover of the art box reveals a golden box with the Loki logo on the bottom, and an open window with the figure and the accessories that comes with. The figure and accessories come in a plastic clamshell. This is the see-through window I mentioned before from the box. Guys, I had to wait about a year and a half for this release. I don't know, maybe Hot Toys was tinkering with the head sculpt, making sure it looked good. Maybe you'll be the judge of it, but I think it was worth it. Here is the figure, and it comes with a lot of stuff. Let's pull out the figure and take a proper look. As I mentioned before, I think Hot Toys was perfecting the likeness of Tom Hiddleston, the actor who plays Loki, and I think they nailed it. His hair is molded back for the helmet to fit. But we'll take a better look at the figure in a minute. Let's pull out all of his accessories out of the box so you can take a look. So here's the head sculpt. I think the likeness of Tom Hiddleston is dead on. I think the artist did a great job on it. If you disagree, just hit me up in the comments below and let me know what your thoughts are. But I think some collectors, they weren't happy with the head sculpt the way it came out. And I think subsequent figures that have come out for the Disney Plus show Loki have made them happy, because the head sculpt has been improving over time. Although this one is great because of the helmet, how the helmet fits. I think the head sculpt works really well. As far as the suit, the stitching is really good. The combination of black, gold, and green is magnificent. This figure comes with a plastic chest piece that kind of bulks the chest part, and it helps mold the upper part of the figure. The bronze-looking portions of the suit, you guessed it, they're plastic, but they're well painted. They have some minor weathering to make it look like bronze, and I think they did the job really well. The suit, as I mentioned before, is made out of pleather, which is not ideal, but I had the figure for a little bit, and I think it holds up really well. Even though the suit looks good, it is a little bit difficult to pose him. It's got a little restriction because of the way the suit has been put together. And I'll show you during the articulation portion of the video. But enough of the figure, let's take a look at the accessories and what he comes with. Let's get started with this one here. This is the scepter that he used in the movie that holds the Mind Stone. This figure comes with two scepters, a long one and a short one. Because as you know, in the movie, the scepter is retractable. So when he has a short one, he can make it bigger. and vice versa. The mold and the likeness of the scepter is perfect. I mean, they got this silver color for the blades with some weathering to make it look like, you know, it's metal, but it's not, it's plastic. But be careful with the pointy end, you can prick your fingers really easily. And the blue portion here is where the Mind Stone was housed, so it's pretty cool how the way they made it. Again, the painting and the detail here, it's pretty good. Same thing with the big one. You got a lot of more alien markings on the handle, on the gold handle, and you got a lot more blades coming out. Same thing, silver painting with weathering, making it look like metal. And they're not too heavy, so the figure is not gonna be tilted forward or backwards depending on how you have them posed. The figure comes also with a pair of handcuffs. These are the ones that he wore when Thor was taking him back to Asgard, and at some portion of the Avengers Endgame movie he was being let out of the building. He also had the handcuffs on. They're pretty cool. The handcuffs are plastic, painted with the silver and the gold, and they have this little chain which is metal. So it makes it a little more durable, you know, with the metal in between. Holds it really well in place. The figure also comes with an assortment of hands. Hands are very well painted. They have this pigmentation to make it look like a, you know, human hand. The hands show the knuckles and the fingernails, very detailed. And all the hands have the extension on top of the hand of the bracelet that he wears. It's painted like bronze with rugged texture and some weathering to make it look, you know, like it's metal to protect his hands. We have different hand postures, you know, to use them when you're posing. You have the relaxed hands, you have the knife throwing hands, you have the hands to hold the scepters, and so forth. But for some reason the figure did not come with clenched fists, which is something that Hot Toys usually provides. But I'm not complaining. I think we have a lot of hands here and a lot more than usually get. The figure also comes with the Tesseract, which is the blue cube used in the first movie as well, and it's the one that houses the Space Stone that was also collected by Thanos. Loki also comes with two daggers, very well painted. They're painted silver, they have some design on them, some weathering to make it look like metal. Very pointy, so make sure you don't prick your fingers when you're using them. And because Loki is a master of tricks, god of mischief, he comes with a mouth mask to keep him from escaping. The mask is padded inside, so it protects the paint on the head sculpt. This is my favorite accessory. This is the helmet. It breaks into two parts so that it's easy to put on the head sculpt without scratching the paint and without, you know, damaging the head sculpt at all. I'll show you in the posting section of the video how the helmet looks. And lastly, we have the stand. This is what is called a crotch grabber, just to hold the figure in place. The crotch grabber goes up and down. You can put it higher if you want to, but basically it's for the figure to be standing or resting on the base. The base is hexagonal with the Avengers logo in gold. It's got Loki's logo in green. It's got some texture on it. It also has the Avengers Endgame logo on it, the Marvel logo, and in front it has the Loki name on it. These type of hexagonal bases are ideal if you have multiple figures, because you can stack them up right next to each other and it doesn't take too much space. Let's go over articulation. Starting with the head sculpt. The head sculpt has a double jointed neck connector, so you can look side to side, up and back to about there because of the sculpted hair in the back. The figure can look down to about there. He can tilt side to side with no issues. When you put the helmet on, you will be more restricted with head movements. I usually don't move his head around that much. But if you want to have him looking to the side with the helmet on, I would suggest you turn the head first and then you pop on the helmet so you don't scratch the suit. The cape is made of a fabric of a very soft material. This cape is not wired. Some newer figures come with the cape wire so that you can post them better, but this one is not. It just drapes down, which is fine. The arms can shrug up and down, but it is restricted by the cape, which is not removable. You can go up and down. It has a butterfly joint at the shoulder that allows him to swivel or twist the arm. He can go up about there. He can raise forward to about there. But when you do, see, it lifts the cape connector. Go up to about there and the elbow to about 90 degrees. And you can twist in and out. The arm goes back to about there, which is also restricted by the cape. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of movement on the arms. The torso can crunch to about there, go up to about there. You have some twist. It is very restricted because of the padding or undersuit, and it prevents from moving too much. The leg can go to about there. You can raise the leg to about there. And backwards to about there, with a double joint at the knee to raise to about there. The foot can bend up to about there, go side to side, and backwards to about there. Be careful not to extend the foot too much as to expose the ankle peg. So there's also some restriction on the feet. This has been my review of Hot Toys MMS 579 Avengers Endgame Loki. I got mine at Sideshow Collectibles. If you're looking to get a copy of your own, try secondary markets like eBay or Facebook group collectors pages. If you like this video, please share it, like it, comment and subscribe, and hit the bell notification to be notified of more content.